Hello and welcome to another episode of Lexx Education. It's the comedy science podcast where comedian me, Laura Lexx, tries to learn science from her comedy normal brother Ron.
Ew, it's me, Ron.
Hi Ron, it's Halloween week.
Halloween.
Ron loves Halloween podcast. Boop, boop, biddy-dee-doop, doop. If you're a new listener to the podcast, hello. Thanks for taking a punt on Lexx Education. We'll have a lot of fun here. It's very silly. Enjoy this episode. Then we suggest you make your way back to episode 1 and listen all the way through. Binge away, my friends, and see us back here at the start, middle, end when you get here. How are you this week, Ron?
Yeah, good. It's Friday. Got to get down on Friday. So I have a 9 to 5, so that's news for me.
You had a song ready for Friday, but not 9 to 5. Come on, Ron. Come on, Ron. You can't be the song reference guy if you don't do Dolly.
Hang on. Row back. I'm the song reference person.
No, I said you can't be, but you did with the Friday thing. And then I thought, well, I won't touch 9 to 5. He's doing it this episode.
No, but that's the thing. I'm not the song reference person.
So why did you do Friday?
To add everyone loves Rebecca Black, queer icon.
I don't disagree, Ron, but commit to the bit.
She slays. She serves.
Ron.
What? I know the lingo. I'm down with the kids.
I don't know if you are. Like you say, you're an old man with a 9 to 5. We've actually recorded a lot this week, Ron. We don't really know why we're doing intros, outros for this episode. We don't normally do them for special episodes.
Not really prepped them.
We don't have anything to say. Why are we here? No one knows. We haven't got any birthdays. It's no one's birthday this week. Shove it up your butt. If it is your birthday, you should have told us. Oh, I tell you what we did want to say, though. We wanted to say, if you're a listener and you love the podcast and you want to help us reach out to more listeners, there's a couple of things you can do. 1, leave us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. 2, you can become a patron to support us. 3, a free thing you can do, grab your phone, record an under 30-second video of yourself talking about how much you love the podcast and why people should listen to it that you don't mind us using on our socials. There you go. Right, enjoy the episode. Is that picking? That's picking up my voice now. Lovely, lovely chocolates. Ron, you've eaten a lot of these chocolates.
You ate some of them.
Yeah.
I have eaten a lot of them.
You have eaten a lot of them. You best not have eaten all of any of them.
I don't think so.
I'll be livid.
I've only had one of each because I've been trying to sample them all.
Anywho, chocolates aside, this is the box on it. I did a job today, and even though I was being paid handsomely, they bought me a box of chocolates to say thank you for turning up to work.
That is nice.
And it was so big it didn't fit in my rucksack, so I just had to carry it home from London like a cool dude.
Yeah, everyone's like, who's this international businesswoman that's being gifted some chocolate?
And I...
A Renee Zellweger type.
Oh, thanks, Ron. I was on the train and I started opening them to eat them because I'd missed lunch and I was hungry. And I really wanted to offer them to the people around me, but I didn't because I thought it would be weird.
Yeah.
I had a real case of the overthinks because they had like cellophane on them and I was unwrapping them and I was like, oh, so I could offer them because then people, they know that I've just opened them. Like, I'm not being a creep. But then I was like, but then they might think, why has she gone to the trouble to take the cellophane off now only to offer them to us on a train? They'll think I'm a poisoner.
Yeah.
But I'm not a poisoner, so I just ate them myself. But then I was worried they'd think I was mean.
One time I was on a train and I was so thirsty I almost asked a woman if I could get some of her water. Is that weird?
No,
that shouldn't be weird.
Water's a human right. I think you're allowed to be like, I'm super thirsty, please, Good Samaritan.
Sip some of your water?
Yeah. It's not like, hey, can I just lick your tongue for moisture? It's like, you wanted a legit thing.
Yeah.
I actually think I might be thirsty right now. I was thinking about hydration today.
Oh, I've had that. I actually am really thirsty.
I was thinking about the end of the world today, and I was thinking, come the apocalypse, I'm going to be slightly better off than most people because I'm already dehydrated all the time.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, everyone else is going to start getting headaches and stuff and feeling a bit shitty from being dehydrated. And I'll be like, that's how I always feel.
So do you not think that you'll just be dehydrated to a worse degree first?
No, I think I'll be fine.
Okay.
I am going to have some water now, though.
Can I have some water?
You've got some water.
Can you get me some water?
No.
Well, that's a good one.
What one was that? Oh, that's my favourite one, the Florentine.
Very good. Thank you.
I love Florentine. I had lunch hoops today. I must be paranoid today because then I was eating my lunch hoops and thinking how much I love lunch hoops. And then I was like, I hope people don't think that us talking about foods we like on the podcast is requests for them to bring them to the live show, because I was thinking about the lunch hoops people brought to the live show.
Yeah.
I'm having a paranoid day, I think.
Yeah. If anyone does want to bring me food to the next live show, can I please have wasabi peas?
Oh. Ooh, I'm going to have this fudge sundae one.
The other one of those was good.
Oh, that is good. Anyway, Ron, what are we doing today?
So, the listeners will already know because they'll have heard some spooky music on the way in because it's Halloween.
Sending me crap earlier.
Yeah.
Let me just rewind our WhatsApp conversation from you telling me about Child of the Podcast pissing all over the bathroom.
God, she went fucking feral.
Do you know what was really fun?
She pissed in her room as well and then was just poking it with her foot. And then I couldn't find anything to clean it up. Because every time I went to look for something, she
You
was
said it didn't get on the carpet.
That was afterwards. That was a different piss.
Why was she so long free of
I
nappy?
don't know. She squatted on that weird rolly thing and pissed on it.
What weird rolly thing?
You know, the thing that's got buttons on the front that you can push.
She pissed on her stroller?
Yeah.
Ron.
Yeah.
Why was she so out of a nappy for so long?
Before the bath and after the bath.
Yeah, but there's no freedom time between and after the bath.
Well, I'm not...
Why was she loose?
Well, I don't have a kid, so I'm not experienced in bathing children. So I wasn't really sure the best way of, like, nakifying the child and then also having an appropriate temperature bath. So
Run the bath, then take her clothes off.
Yeah.
Because a bath doesn't go ice cold instantly because of physics.
No, yeah. See, the system that I went for, and it was the wrong system.
Was free the child of all piss collection devices and then start running the bath?
No, there's so many more layers than that.
You tell me I'm choosing another chocolate.
I made a way too hot bath,
Oh, Ron. Ooh, I'm going to go for this peanut butter one.
then nakified the child, then put cold water in until it was an appropriate temperature.
That's not as good as the fudge sundae. No, that's not the right way to do it.
No. It
Then
was
why was she loose after the bath?
dried her, had to get a nappy and clothes and stuff.
Oh, you set that up before the bath.
I got the clothes out, didn't
Tom
find a
did you a
nappy.
rotter there. He should have showed you all that, man.
He told me where it was.
She's a wriggler.
Well, he didn't tell me where the pyjamas were, which is why she's gone to sleep in daytime clothes. Or are you weird enough that you've changed her?
No, I put an extra jumper on her because her
Yeah.
room's a bit chilly.
I thought she'd be cold when I put her in that t-shirt, but I didn't know where the jumpers were. I just hugged her.
I did listen to some of your bathing her via the baby monitor.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it sounded like you having fun.
Yeah, we were having fun. We had a really nice afternoon together.
She's a good kid.
Yeah. She
I like her.
sat here for ages just playing with my Bluetooth headphones.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, just not really doing anything. And then
Are they magnetised together?
Yeah, but she wasn't even doing that. She
Oh.
was just holding them.
She's cool, man. I like her a lot.
Yeah. But anyway, it's Halloween.
It's Halloween!
Can you guess from the pictures I sent you what we're doing?
Oh, the word has just vanished off my tongue, but it's those, like... I don't want to try and say the word because this is where I end up saying stupid things. Not troglodytes. What are they
It's
called?
not troglodytes.
What are they called? That like
Oh, I know what.
cryptomancy.
Cryptomancy.
What's it? Crypto. It's crypto something. Ugh. What is that? What are you eating? What are you eating?
Oh, that's so cute.
What have you got there? Is that the carrot cake one?
Oh, it really flobbed out.
I think that might be the carrot.
No, I think it's this one.
Cherry deluxe. A kirsch-soaked cherry suspended in amaretto cream. Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ugh. Neptocrypto. What's it called? Crypto. Zoolocrypt. Cryptozoology. Oh my god, that word was bouncing around my head like a squash game.
Wow.
Crypto. What was it called? Zoocrypto. What was I just said it? Cryptozoology. Yeah.
Do you want to write that down?
Cryptozoology.
Yeah.
Some words just don't stick in my head very well.
Crypto, it's not real, like cryptocurrency, worthless.
That's really gone away, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Where's it gone?
Oh, what was the new thing recently? There was a new thing that was bullshit. Can't remember.
We're really good podcasters. Crypto doo-doo.
Cryptids.
Here's half an anecdote.
So cryptozoology is a pseudoscience, according to Wikipedia. It's the study of cryptids. These are like...
I think they mean zoodoscience. I'll finish the tea. You tell them what cryptozoology is and I'll be listening.
Cryptozoology is the study...
Same room episode!
Study of cryptids, which is basically... I wouldn't really know how to summarise it. It's kind of like made-up shit that the world just treats in a slightly higher regard than other made-up shit. Like somewhere in between folklore and science. It's things that are in the maybe pile.
But they're not in the maybe pile, are they? They're in the no.
No, but almost kind of like ghosts. Like, you know, if someone says they saw a ghost, you don't go, you're insane. You go... No, but like, you don't.
I did actually at the weekend.
But Agni Dad swears blind he's seen a ghost.
And I tell him he's an idiot. I was, you know, I sent you that picture of the Frankenstein thing at the weekend. So I did an escape room in Bath that was all around Frankenstein, Mary Shelley, etc. And yeah, this woman at the beginning was sort of trying to tell us about all the ghosts in the house. And I was like, I can't entertain it. My brain just goes, but you didn't see a ghost. And then she was like, oh, well, I was in a room and there was no wind. And then I felt this breeze on the back of my neck. I was like, so there was some wind because there was a breeze on the back of your neck. That's not there was no wind, but there was a breeze despite there being no wind. That's there was some wind. And that's the end of that conversation. Oh, it does my head in. Ghosts are not real.
No,
but then
scary,
that night,
though.
oh my god! So I'd gone off on
Saw
one
a ghost.
at this thing, and then in the middle of the night, the TV started like flashing on and off in the hotel room that I was in, and I like sat up in the night, like found the remote turned off, and I was like, "Fuck! I bet this is because I was so adamant earlier that there are no ghosts," and then I was just lying there like, I'm really cross now. I don't mind if there's ghosts, but let me sleep.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, they sit in a weird space.
Yeah.
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 So what we're going to do is
It's like leprechauns and the big Bigfoot. Oh my god.
Too late to be recording. The Big Beastfoot. At least we got the episode title out the way.
Like, no one's going leprechaun hunting, but people are after,
Yeah.
there's a squatch in these woods.
So what...
Do you remember that?
Yeah. I love that
Brother-in-law
show.
of the podcast was obsessed with that show.
Hold that thought. So what we're going to look at is 4 cryptids from around the
Love it.
world.
Do you know my favourite? Chupacabra. Sorry.
4 cryptids.
I've been on my own for like 3 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours.
4 cryptids.
But for the half an hour before that, you weren't
hell.
talking to me because you were prepping for D&D.
Yeah. 4 cryptids from around the world, and their real life equivalents.
Ooh, okay, fun.
So spook and science.
Do you know they think chupacabras are like dogs with mange?
Cool, ruin one of the 4 sections that we've got.
I love chupacabras.
Yeah, that's content for
be quiet.
later. Though.
Zip it. That was like a spoiler. You know, like last night when we were watching Make the Cut and they had that little bit that was like that, but for that.
Wow, we're bad podcasters today.
Who ran Runway?
So the first one that we are going to look at is the big beast foot himself.
Big Beast Foot!
Bigfoot slash
Big Bang
the
Theory.
Yeti.
That's a different thing. Yeah. Now, I always thought Yeti and Big Beast Foot were 2 different things because I picture Big Beast Foot being in forests and I picture Yeti being in snow.
But what else is different about them?
I picture Yeti being very white and big furry, but I guess I'm mainly going off Monsters Inc. here. And I picture Bigfoot as being a little bit more leather-faced, but I'm going a bit more Harry and the Hendersons. So those are my 2 starting points for Yeti and Big Beast Foot.
Yeah, but kind of the same thing, right?
Similar.
Yeah, like
like killer whales are slightly
different races of the same species, almost. Yeah. Which is what there's skunk apes from the swamps of Florida. Like there's different flavors.
Are there really? No. Is that?
No, that's another one of these. Wow. It's not April Fool's yet.
Crico.
This would have been a good April Fool's to do. Just like tell you that these things.
It'll be hard for you to do April Fool's now. I've got the spreadsheet though because I know what we're recording.
Yeah, because I'm gonna do it on the actual day, you motherfucker. You're not gonna see it coming.
I am. I'm gonna catch that Trico this year.
Anyway, so Bigfoot, also known as a Sasquatch, or if you're watching Trailer Park Boys, a Samsquanch, which is a fun word to say. According to Wikipedia, it is a large, hairy, human-like mythical creature purported, fun word to say, to inhabit forests in North America.
Okay. But in Monsters Inc. he's in the Himalayas.
Yes, because that's a Yeti. That's the abominable snowman.
Different. It's different.
Yeah.
If you were going to be a creature that got a describing word as your first thing, like abominable snowman, what would you want? Yes, Anne.
What kind of creature am
Fabulous oil man. You're a tree squirrel.
The slippery.
I'd want to be the heretical red panda.
Wow. Saw some red pandas the other day.
Heretical panda.
No, that's falling apart. Many, as I was saying, you get skunk apes down in Florida. Many indigenous cultures across North America have tales of these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was confused then because Florida is not north, but that is in the continent of North America. I understand. Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
Skunk ape. Skunk ape sounds like a really derogatory thing to call somebody, doesn't it? Ah, you skunk ape.
In Florida, skunk ape.
What is that voice? That was very New York.
Florida Panhandle. You got a certain smack of the skunk ape about you, boy.
Is that how Floridians talk?
Yeah.
Maybe 200 years ago.
So, yeah, there's loads. So we got, like, the almas, which is from Asia.
The owl mask?
Almas. Yeah.
And these are all just reports of big things crashing about.
These are, like, ape-like hominid cryptids from around the world.
Bipedals. That means on 2 legs.
Hominids, yeah. The Amamongo from the Philippines. Barmanu from the Middle East, Chichunya from Russia, the Fuki monster from Arkansas.
the Fuki monster! That's from... There's a Fuki monster!
It's from Johnny Vegas' house.
Monkey! There's a Fuki monster behind the sofa!
Honey Island swamp monster, Louisiana. Orang Pendek, Sumatra, the Nitewo from Sri Lanka, skunk ape, Yeren from China, Yeti, obviously, and then the Yowie from Australia.
No, Australia can't have it too. They've got 2 distinct flora and fauna. They can't also have a Yeti.
They got the Yowie, and it looks like this.
Okay, what am I looking at here? Oh, it's very
A bad
personal.
carving of a man.
Yeah.
An Australian person saw a hairy bloke one day.
Yeah.
Or knowing, well, not knowing, but the stereotype of Australia, it might just be a slur. Anyway, so Laura, what if I told you that big feet, big beast feet, were real?
I'd love it, and I'd kind of believe it. I think they're quite a believable cryptozoid.
Yes. Well, they've already existed.
What? What? Why did you pull that face then? I was doing a Christopher Walken thing.
Gigantopithicus.
What are you saying?
Gigantopithicus.
Gigantopithicus to you, sir.
Gigantopithecus is an extinct genus of ape from roughly 2 million to 350,000 years ago.
Gigantopithecus. I feel like I've heard the sound pithecus before.
Australopithecus? Australopithecus?
Yeah, maybe that.
It's an early
Australopithecus.
human
Was that
ancestor.
that big bird?
No.
What was that big bird?
Stop saying big bird like
It was like
that.
a big bird in
Stop saying big bird
Australia
like that.
or something. A giant bird.
A moa.
It's dead now, though.
Yeah, moa.
I think it was called a giant bird. Was it really big?
Yes, it was called a moa, the giant moa. That was New Zealand.
Yeah. All right. Moa.
Not called a pithecus.
What else is moa in New Zealand?
I don't know, you think of the Maori?
Maybe.
Or the Moai, like the carved faces?
What's the... That's the haka. Never mind.
You're just naming everything you know about New Zealand, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, moa, just... Maybe I'm thinking of Moana. I don't know.
Yeah. Massive... Well, it's basically...
What? I wasn't really listening to
Yeah.
anything you said.
Gigantopithecus, extinct species of ape.
Gigantopithecus. I think it must be in a song or something, because every time you say it, I want to sing, but I don't know what
That's
song.
so much of what I say that happens. From 2 million to 350,000 years ago.
That's a long time they were alive.
Yeah.
1.65 million years-ish.
Well, it's a genus, not a species, so...
What's a genus, Ron?
Like a group of species.
Oh, okay.
And they've been found in the area of southern China.
Gigantopithecus.
They were in... we think that they were in the family of the orangutans.
Oh, cool.
So they'd have been like huge... look at this top picture.
Yes, a truly great ape. So I'm looking at, there's a Bornean orangutan. It's like a load of orangutans have basically committed a crime. So the Bornean orangutan is on the left. It is 1.4 meters tall. I'm guessing this is an average. Then humans, 1.65. Eastern lowland gorilla comes in at 1.65, but is like 4 times the weight of us. Then, for reference point, Chewbacca is there. I just think that's quite confusing. Then, what am I looking at here? Then there's Gigantopithecus, which is 3.5 meters tall, and then for some reason there is the shadow of King Kong behind Gigantopithecus. A confusing... I don't understand the inclusion of Chewbacca and King Kong there, because if anything, I think King Kong just makes Gigantopithecus look less impressive.
Yeah.
Weird choices have been made here. But that's massive. So, 540 kilos. So we're talking 5 times the weight of a Bornean orangutan and 2 meters taller. So sort of 1.5 times the height, but 5 times the weight.
Yeah, so hang on, I can send you another picture that will give you an idea of sort of the size of what we thought that these lads were like. Also, so they were thought to be in the orangutan family, so the King Louis in the new Jungle Book.
Yes.
Is...
Maybe that's where I know the site. He uses the word Gigantopithecus in his song. That's why I did a Christopher Walken voice, I expect.
Wow. So much is going on under the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, except you do kind of do it on the surface as well. You're like a duck that flaps. So I've sent you another picture that gives you an idea of how big we think they were.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you think they're like, like the giant deer in Ireland that died out because as forests got bigger, they couldn't turn around and their horns got stuck and so deer got smaller?
Could be. What are you thinking was trapping them because they don't have big horns.
No, and actually bigger trees was better. They just climbed
They
them.
have more food.
Wonder why they died then. Or do you think they just shrunk over evolution time?
Well, no, they probably died out. I mean, it's quite difficult to keep big things alive.
Yeah. Like elephants are on the death now.
Yeah, well, elephants are very big. What are you doing?
I'm looking for the word gigantopithicus. Yeah! You might think it's ridiculous that me, a gigantopithicus, would ever dream I'd like to team up with the likes of you, man cub.
Oh.
I knew that word. God damn, my brain is impressive.
Yeah, like...
Oop, oop, oop.
There's a lot of big things around even now.
Yeah, like my butt.
Cause, like, do you know the definition of megafauna?
Big trees.
No, it's like bigger than 38 kilograms or something.
Oh, that's not very big at all.
No, to us, but
My
we're
butt is a
quite big.
megafauna.
Your butt is a megafauna.
Oh, Mackie, you're a mini fauna.
Yes.
Mackie's so tiny and cute, isn't she?
She's fine. So we don't know loads about them because all we've found is teeth and a couple of jawbones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I love it when this happens because basically it could have just been a really scrawny ape with a massive jaw, like a Habsburg ape.
Yeah, but here's
Hey, Ron, put these ones on your chest like nips.
I don't want to do that.
There's 2 nipple-shaped chocolates. Ooh, it was crunchy.
Ooh. Oh, damn.
Ron likes that one. What was it? Hang on. It was the... Boop, 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 boop. Raspberry smoothie. Pressed raspberries blended with cream sealed in milk.
Wow.
I'm assuming they're milk chocolate. You can't just seal something in milk.
Wow.
Wow, Buster. Gigantopithecus. I'm so happy about that word. Pithecus.
Here's a
Gigantopithecus.
really inexplicable line from the Wikipedia page. Only teeth and 4 mandibles are known currently, and other skeletal elements were likely...
Did you say skeletal or skeletal?
I just said it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Other skeletal...
Oh, like yogurt.
Fucking hell! Other skeletal elements were likely consumed by porcupines before they could fossilise.
What?
Yeah.
Porcupines?
Apparently they chow down on skeletons.
Who knew that of porcupines? Is that why their quills are so hard? They feast on bones. Like, you know, in the Foxbusters where they make the chickens eat grit to make the shells of their eggs harder.
Sure.
Did you ever listen to the Foxbusters?
No, I didn't like the...
breast meat is the best meat.
Oh, is that why we say that?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
For anybody that doesn't know, it was a children's story about some chickens that decide to fight back against foxes by laying super hard eggs and sitting in a greenhouse to cook the eggs whilst they're inside them and then, like, firing them like missiles at the foxes.
Is it Dick King Smith?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it is.
What a legend Dick King Smith is.
He did Babe?
Yeah. So did Mark Owen. It's a song by Mark Owen from Take That.
Oh.
Lightning connection.
In my head, I thought of Clive Owen. I was like, I don't remember Clive Owen being in Babe 2, Big in the City.
Yeah, he was. He played Babe. Mackie, do you need to go out? You're not going out the front. Come here, come on. Where'd you go out? Oh, she actually needs to go. She's gonna allow herself to leave via the back door. Haven't seen the rat again today. Have you seen him today?
No, don't look for him.
Have you killed him?
What?
Did you kill the rat?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. Can we record the podcast?
Yes, I'm trying to.
So in 1935, there was a Dutch anthropologist called Ralph von Koenigswald.
Brilliant.
He found the first teeth of this creature that we know of. Mm-hmm. He found them in a drugstore in Hong Kong. They were being sold as dragon bones for Chinese traditional medicine.
Yes.
And then this again, another just inexplicable, well, not inexplicable, but like just really interesting bit of flavour to this story. It says by 1939, after purchasing more teeth, he determined that they had originated somewhere in Guangdong or Guangxi. He could not formally describe the type specimen until 1952 due to his internment by Japanese forces during World War II.
Oh, no.
So he was just there in the camp thinking about these teeth.
God.
Yeah. So that's the real life Bigfoot.
Do you reckon the people in prison with him thought he was mad? Or were like, I was holed up with a scientist who was about to make a cool discovery? Imagine that. You're already in a concentration camp and now the guy next to you is banging on about massive teeth he's found. You'd make him throw them away.
No, I wouldn't.
You would?
I wouldn't.
You'd say, you're a creepy old witch.
You were being a creepy old witch. This is very different.
Gigantopithicus.
Anyway. So that was the real life Bigfoot.
I love it.
I think that the people in the camp with him would have been interested because I think, back then shit was getting discovered all the time.
Yeah.
Cool stuff, not just like slightly better
bugs now,
computers.
Isn't it? Bugs is all they find nowadays.
Yeah.
The occasional frog or something. Like a bat is cool.
Next one we're going to do, Laura. Loch Ness Monster.
Lovely.
What can you tell us about Nessie?
I've watched a few documentaries about Nessie. So there's like obviously some of the famous photo evidence. Loch Ness is like the largest freshwater lake in the UK.
By volume.
Yeah, because it's very deep. It does have a sea inlet, I think, or it used to. So there is some argument that like it could be sturgeon or something that people have seen that's massive. And like one of the theories, which I think is fairly dopey as I understand it, but one of the theories is that it could be, what's that dinosaur that lived in the sea that you loved in that swimming with dinosaurs or whatever?
More on that later.
It could be one of those that's like survived and bred down that. I think that's very unlikely, but that is one argument because I think Loch Ness... Is it still open to the sea or it used to be?
I think it is at certain times of the year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So there's like, it could be like a massive fish and it's so deep that it's hard to figure it out.
Or like a whale, or... There was a great episode of Jeremy Wade's River Monsters, one of my favourite TV shows, where Jeremy Wade went to catch Loch Ness, like the Loch Ness Monster. So he got he found every type of fish that anyone's ever been like, oh, maybe it was that, and then just went and caught all of those around the world. It was awesome.
Fun.
Yeah, I love Jeremy Wade's
River
Monsters. I think
I've watched Jeremy Wade's River Monsters with you before.
Yeah, it's like one of my favourite TV shows.
Yeah.
He just catches these massive fish, and you're like, whoa, look at that big fish, and then he puts it back.
Oh, Jeremy Wade.
Yeah, so these like sea lake monsters, they pop up around. You got Champy from Lake Champlain in North America. You've got this one was fun, the Dobhar-Chew, otherwise known as the waterhound or the king otter in Ireland.
I love it.
What else have we got? Loch Ness Monster, obviously. We've got Mokele Mbembe in the Republic of the Congo. Ogopogo is from Canada. They come up.
Did you ever watch The Family Ness as a kid? You can find an anaconda or a great big kangaroo, but you'll never find a Nessie in the zoo.
I've heard this song before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do pop up around. The earliest report of the Loch Ness Monster comes from the 7th century.
Whoa!
Yeah. From an Irish monk called Saint Columba, who was staying with the Picts when he saw a local residents burying a man near the River Ness. They explained the man was swimming in the river and he was attacked by a water beast that killed him. So then Columba sent a guy to swim in the river, and then...
Aww. I hope that guy's middle name was Bait.
No, the guy's name was Luing Mochu Min. And the beast approached him, but then Columba made the sign of the cross, and he said, "Go no further. Do not touch the man. Go back at once." It's not catchy. It's not "you shall not pass."
I love the idea that animals would be there like, oh, so we're allowed to eat anyone we want, yeah, unless someone appears and holds their fingers across each other like this, and if that happens, you have to back down. It's international law.
Yeah. But no, the creature stopped as if it had been pulled back with ropes and fled, and Columba's men and the Picts gave thanks for what they perceived to be a miracle.
Brilliant.
So the real life Loch Ness monster, as you kind of cotton on to, is it is often described to be like a plesiosaur. Which,
that's the word.
Yeah, plesiosaur, which was a genus of aquatic dinosaur. So they lived from 200 million years ago until the end of the dinosaurs, about 65 million years ago.
Okay.
So as a group of living things, very successful, around for, that's a fucking long time. Mm. They were around for longer than the time since the dinosaurs were here, about twice as long.
Okay.
To give you a
Christ,
idea.
Yeah. Just farting about.
Yeah, well, they were quite diverse. So they were between 1.5 and 15 metres long. And the biggest of which was my favourite dinosaur of all time, Liopleurodon, episode 3, Walking with Dinosaurs. Fucking cool. Google a picture of Liopleurodon. Oh, just badass, man. Why did you say
I don't know. Oh, whoa. Okay, so it is like a swimming T-Rex. Like it's a really dinosaur-y face. But because it's in the water, you're expecting it to be fishy. But it's not.
Yeah, that's the one from Walking with Dinosaurs. Oh, I just thought it was so cool. When I was a kid, all I ever wanted was a Liopleurodon toy to play with in the bath. I never got one.
Why not? Did you ever ask for one?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't exist.
All the time.
Mum and Dad would totally have got you one if they existed one.
I didn't know.
Should have told me. I'd have sellotaped some stuff on a dolphin toy for you.
But yeah, very cool, very cool. Why have you walked away?
Oh, I thought Mackie was scratching, but she's not.
No, she's not.
She might have been killed by the rat.
And then, if you look at the second picture that I sent you, so the one that most closely resembles what we sort of think of as Nessie was a plesiosaur called Elasmosaurus. So I sent you a picture of what that was like next to a human. Here's another picture of just kind of what we
think of it as having a long neck, don't they? Like an ely neck.
So Elasmosaurus.
That's got like a neck, is it a brontosaurus?
Yeah.
Yeah, Diplodocus, they have those long necks, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very dolphin-y. It's got a very eel-y. It's like an eel. It's like an eel attached to a dolphin with the flippers of a whale calf.
Well, it looks like a fell beast from Lord of the Rings. Those dragony things that the Nazgul ride. Yeah. But this is an example of what's called convergent evolution. Where those ichthyosaurs and like dolphins all look really similar because that's just a great way to be in the water. But yeah, they were anywhere between like 10 metres and 7 metres in length.
Yeah, so it's not unrealistic to think that they could survive.
Yeah, it is.
In Loch Ness.
Oh, in Loch Ness. I thought you meant for 65 million years.
Oh, a single one? No, but they could breed down there.
No.
Have you ever seen Loch Ness with Ted Danson?
No.
Oh, Ron, that's a wonderful film.
I do like Ted Danson.
Let's watch Loch Ness one day.
They have 72 bones in their neck.
Ted Danson's?
Ted Danson's.
Do you want to watch Loch Ness and then talk about it for a Patreon episode?
Okay. Next Halloween?
No, tomorrow.
I've got to work and leave.
I think it might be Megan's favourite film.
I don't think it's Megan's favourite film.
I'm going to text her right now and ask her.
I've never heard her mention this before, and me and Megan are tight.
You're not. Everyone's only friends with me. I'm going to text her now. Megan, do you love the film Loch Ness? Continue.
And that's the real Nessie.
I love it. What do you think people are seeing and being excited by, Ron?
Now,
What's your
me and
theory?
HOTP were chatting about this earlier, and we think that people have just... personally, I think people have seen things like seals or maybe a whale or, like you say, sturgeon.
What kind of whale are we talking?
I don't know. Minky?
Minky.
Yeah, like any of these things. But I think the myth, and we were saying sort of like the myth self-propagates itself, because as soon as that's a myth, then when you go there, you're looking for stuff. And then when you see anything, you go, whoa, that was it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sceptical about everything. And even every time we go and visit Meg, I stare at the lock. Like,
Yeah, that's what Tom was saying
it.
he does as well.
Please, I want to see it.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. That's kind of what I was saying about like ghosts and like how cryptids and stuff. They kind of sit in that weird thing. It's like, yeah, you do go there and you like look for it.
Yeah.
Like it sits in that place in between folklore and not real life. You know it's not real. You know it's not there. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's kind of. Well, yeah, I suppose it is just like our folklore of now. It's not like, you know, when you hear about like Greek myths and stuff, you're like, well, that's bullshit. But then in like 4,000 years, when they're hearing, when whatever the equivalent of like Stephen Fry to them has written a book about our folklore, they'll be like, wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
So
That's the trouble when people talk about the past, isn't it? They go like, ancient Greeks believed this, and you're like, ancient Greeks are thick. But then you think, oh, it's 4 ancient Greeks thought that, and everybody else is going, don't listen to Archimedes, he's an idiot.
Well, I think it's more like that's what they told their kids, and everyone grows out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because have you ever seen Mount Olympus? Well, if you've been to Athens, you have.
Oh.
It's that mountain right by it. It's very climbable. They knew the gods weren't up there.
But I don't want to climb a mountain, and I don't think there are gods at the top of it. I'm like, oh yeah, can't climb that. Woof, gods at the top.
Yeah, but if there was an empire of yous, there wouldn't be an empire.
Why not? It'd be really nice.
Because you're soft and breakable.
Yeah. But if everybody was me...
Yeah, but the other people would come and take your things.
No, they'd come and then they'd be like, oh.
Yeah, these things are too useless to enslave.
Yeah, it'd be like...
Yeah, but like,
you know,
okay,
like
so
the
let's take a
Ewok forest
classic.
is
No, let's
just
take a
like-
classic story from back then. You have 100,000 Persians at the hot gates of Thermopylae, and you have 300 Lauras
Yeah?
in between.
Yeah?
How's that going down?
Hello, Persians. Do you need some jesters?
Die.
No, don't kill us. We're funny. Make a lovely katsu curry. I made the best katsu curry in the world yesterday, and I'm constantly thinking about it.
The next one we were going to do is the chupacabra.
Nobody's killed me yet, and I'm soft in this world, and there's lots of murderous people around.
Yes, but this was like 4,000 years ago. So things work differently there. There's not a whole empire of you with resources and women to take.
I am the women to take.
Yeah, but like I say, if there's only one of you, not worth it. You don't have much.
Ron. Why does it always become insulting to me, no matter what we're talking about? How did we get here?
I can't remember. We're talking about folklore.
Oh, yeah.
Chupacabra.
Folklore.
We should do a podcast about folklore.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about what about crabs that have prosthetic limbs? Folklores.
I was fully prepared to hate that, but
But you loved
I
it.
didn't mind it. That was good. Chupacabra, Laura.
I love chupacabra.
What does
I've
it
watched so
mean?
many documentaries. It means bloodsucker?
Goat sucker.
Goat sucker, that's it. I knew.
Come on,
Sorry, I knew
man.
chupa was suck for like chupa chups for crucial kids.
The name comes from the animal's reported vampirism. It attacks and drinks the blood of livestock, sucking them dry.
I don't think it does.
Well, that's the myth.
Yeah.
What does the chupacabra look like, Laura?
Well, like a sort of hyena dog, big ears, like wrinkled fur, mangy, scraggly, red eyes probably, big fangs.
No.
Oh.
The common description of the chupacabra is that of a reptile-like creature.
What?
Said to have leathery or scaly greenish-grey skin and sharp spines or quills running down its back. It is said to be approximately 3 to 4 feet high and stands and hops in a fashion similar to a kangaroo.
Oh, I thought they were dog things. Maybe I watched a different documentary.
Well, no, you're getting this confused because the thing that this gets confused with is dogs with mange, is what they think it actually is.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of that.
Yeah.
Not chupacabra. You're thinking about
Okay.
mangy dogs.
Okay, yeah. Probably because I watched a thing about like finding the real chupacabra.
Yeah.
So they didn't focus too much on the myth.
I think they probably did quite a lot at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, but I don't watch the bit that's not.
You don't watch the
answer.
beginning.
No, because that's just them. That's them.
What are you talking about?
That's them setting up what it's not, and I don't care about that bit.
Then why do you care about what it is if you don't care about the myth?
Because I want to know what it is, not what it isn't.
But what is if you don't?
A chupacabra.
So
Why are people thinking there's a weird thing that isn't real? What is happening? Oh, that dog.
But you don't care what they're thinking.
No, not really. It's stupid. It's not real. It's wrong.
So the nugget of info that you're distilling out.
Like
of
if
that,
I'm watching a Loch Ness monster show, I don't want to watch 15 minutes of idiots going, and I saw a tiny head. Don't
But
care.
how many Loch Ness monster shows do you watch?
I'd watch a 4-part documentary about Loch Ness monsters.
Why? What else are you hoping to learn?
Well, it could be. Might find a whale in there.
We've literally listed all the things it could be.
Yeah.
After I did 5 minutes of research.
Watch it. I don't know why you're confused.
It just seems like you only need to watch one and then done.
Nah, because might be something in another.
Because I've seen a chupacabra documentary.
Yeah.
And I watched one
Maybe
and I
watch the
said,
same
wow, I know what the chupacabra is now. Move on.
Oh, I just like to watch them.
Well, I mean, to be
I
fair,
have an amazing
I've seen a lot of
propensity-
episodes of Finding Bigfoot, so
Yeah, I will watch the same thing over and over again. It doesn't bother me.
yeah.
I like it.
But not the beginning. That's too far.
Well, I'd watch it if it was on, but
Do you
if it was
just,
boring,
like-
I'd skip it.
When you're watching a sitcom, do you just skip the beginning, just get all of the bits, not the setup of the jokes, just a bit where
Because the joke...
all of Michael's plans have caved in on
set
him.
up in a punchline.
Don't want to watch how he got into these scrapes.
That
just want to
matters.
watch his embarrassment at the end.
But I don't want to watch, dum-dums being dum-dums.
Okay, and we'll move on after I've said this. No rebuttal for you.
I don't agree to that.
It could be argued that you do need to watch the beginning because you didn't know what the chupacabra was.
But it wasn't that.
No, but the only thing that you've taken away from this is that there are mangy dogs in Mexico.
Yeah, and that's what people think a chupacabra is.
Yeah, but you don't know what a chupacabra
A
is.
chupacabra isn't anything. If anything, a chupacabra is a mangy dog.
So what's the point in knowing it's a mangy dog if you don't know
Because
the
then when people are
start
like
point?
chupacabra, I'll be like, yeah, a mangy dog.
Yeah, but you don't know why anyone's interested in that.
Because they think a chupacabra's eating their stuff.
Yeah, but you didn't know what it was, like a kangaroo vampire thing.
No, it wasn't. That's what they thought it
That's what
was.
the fucking myth is.
Yeah, the myth isn't real, Ron. The dogs are real. You are weird sometimes.
No, you're being fucking insane about this.
No, I don't think I am.
So you would watch a Nessie documentary, and the whole fact that people see this monster in there is not interesting to you. What's interesting to you is that there might have sometimes been a big fish or a whale there.
Yeah, that's the interesting part of the story.
That's insane.
That's not insane because, it's like you say, "Oh, so you're only interested in the real bit, so you don't even care what Nessie is, No, Nessie's they think it's a monster in the water, but I don't need to watch 20 minutes of people describing the different monsters they didn't see. I just go, oh, it's a monster. It's not though. What is it? Oh, a whale or a fish or a dinosaur? Cracking. Thank you, Ted Danson. Let's go home.
Do you want me to skip the bits where I am explaining?
No,
what
it's
they
fine,
are?
Ron. I don't know why you're being weird about this.
I'm not. You're being insane.
You're being
It's
insane.
crazy stuff. So mange is
Let us know who's right, by the way. Obviously, as always, on the socials at Lexx Education. Join the Patreon.
Do join the Patreon, actually, because we've just doubled the content. What kind of indictment is that? So mange is a type of skin disease caused by parasitic mites. Because various species of mites also infect plants, birds, and reptiles, the term mange, or colloquial the mange, suggesting poor condition of the skin and fur due to infection, is sometimes reserved for pathological mite infestation of non-human animals. It's mites.
Yeah, they're only mites when they're on the floor, though. When they're on the ceiling, they're tights.
All right, and then the last
I didn't
one...
hit anything you said then, because I was trying to work out how to make a stalagmite tight joke.
It was very good.
Thank you. I'll listen back to it when I'm editing.
Yeah. You won't care about that because
okay,
it's, yeah.
Cool.
Well, no,
that was mange. That was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Stalagmites.
it's mites.
Mites.
It's mites.
Yeah, on dogs.
On anything.
Yeah, but in this case, dogs.
Maybe. Well, it's not real, so it doesn't matter.
No, but the dogs are real.
Yeah.
And mange is real.
But the dogs aren't sucking the blood out of goats.
No, but they do kill goats and eat them.
Do they?
Yeah.
We don't know that.
Yeah, we do. They did it in that documentary.
Digby killed some goats.
Who's Digby?
That dog.
That dog that we got that time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he attacked some children.
So here's a mental thing, right? Well, I mean, it's all kind of weird. Which is...
I think we should edit this bit out. This does not reflect well on us, Ron.
No, it's all weird. And then edit that out, because that's actually completely superfluous to the story. But it is really weird. They had a dog, they had some farm, and they had a dog that killed a bunch of goats. And then they were like, we don't want to put this dog down. But we can't have it around these animals. Where should we put it? Well, we'll take it to Laura and Ron's house, and they can have this dog around all these kids.
Yeah, I got really attached to that dog, and then it did bite a child and had to be put down, but they waited until we really liked the dog before they put it down.
Well, me and my friend Jonah, we used to wait till the dog was in the garden, and then we had a game where we had to run across the garden to the climbing frame before the dog got you.
Oh, Ron, that's bleak.
Yeah. It was fun, though.
I really remember sitting in the kitchen with that dog the night before it had to be put down.
The Mapinguari. Eh? Mapinguari. Ever heard of that before?
No, I've never heard of a Mapinguari.
No, it's traditional folklore from the Amazon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It always shows up the next day if you order it before 10 p.m.
It's described as a former human shaman turned into a hairy human cyclops.
So you retire from shamanism and you grow a lot of hair and your eyes merge into one big eye. Yeah. I love that for us. Yeah, great.
This version is often said to have a gaping mouth on its abdomen. And its feet turned backwards.
Oh, I think I'd just stay a shaman forever. This sounds horrible.
Well, apparently feet turned backwards is a common thing in folklore because it tricks you because you don't know which way it's going.
It's falling over. It's only got one eye and its feet are on backwards.
The name comes from the Tupacarani words. Hang on, let me find out where they're from. All over the Amazon. That wasn't helpful. And it means a thing that has a bent, crooked foot or paw.
So, oh God, I don't even know where to start with this one. What does it famously do?
Hang on, let me get some more. It's a Bigfoot-esque thing.
Alright.
Let me get up more info.
I like that they've got a Bigfoot myth, but they've jazzed it up a bit. Okay, fuck me. What am I looking at here? I'm looking at the statue on Ron's laptop. It is quite ape-like.
It's got a piggy snout.
The face looks hilarious, because whilst it is a cyclops, from here it kind of looks like it's got two pupils still. Piggy snout, big mouth.
Big ears.
Yeah,
it's got
like
an almost chimp-like head.
Almost like a cocoa bean pod for the gaping abdomen.
Yeah.
The feet aren't as noticeably on backwards as you'd think.
No, it does
How
feel
does that
like
work?
they've
Because the
forgotten it.
knees are the right way around.
It still walks forwards. But yeah, the feet are on backwards. Doesn't really say what it does.
Just hangs around.
Mythical, monstrous, jungle-dwelling spirits.
Yeah, lovely. Lovely.
Now, the reason why I've included this and not bunched it into the Bigfoot part of the conversation is because...
Big backward foot.
Big tooth.
Nice, Ron.
People think that these are the remnants of like human consciousness of ancient ground-dwelling giant sloths, which we were talking about in a previous episode, Megatherium.
Okay.
Because those died out only like 10,000 years ago, shared a lot of time with humans.
So there's still folklore about them.
Could be.
Okay.
So, because obviously that was...
I can't remember things from last week.
No, but some peoples have really impressive oral traditions where they like pass stuff down. The Aborigines in Australia know a crazy amount about their like collective history because they just like pass it down like in a really rigid, structured way.
Like
yeah,
the coral reef and stuff. Like
yeah. They so like it's possible that other peoples do that, but obviously in like a watered down way because in this it's like a backwards footed
it's a bit
cyclops
of a,
with a tummy mouth.
Yeah.
So they're just not as good at passing stuff on, but that's the idea. And then the other really cool thing about this one is that the description of the Mylodon, which is the ground sloth from the area, is based off of a lower jaw with teeth that Charles Darwin found when he was on an expedition on the HMS Beagle.
Ah.
Yeah. Which is quite cool.
Yeah.
Because you don't really think of him as like a fossil hunter that much.
No. Think of him as a glory hunter.
What does that mean?
Taking down the church just for his own gains.
Are you anti-Darwin?
Yeah.
Oh. Good beard.
Yeah. I'll check him.
And that's Halloween.
Ron, it's been beautiful.
Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've had a lovely time.
Yeah. Let's go watch some Project Runway.
We've run out.
Yeah, they didn't have to know that.
Huh.
I thought it'd just be...
I was hoping you were going to say Loch Ness.
I
Ted
don't
Danson.
want to watch that. It's late.
Okay.
Ooh, flat end. Class dismissed.
No, well, we'll do an outro.
We don't usually do outros.
Well, we didn't do an intro.
Let's do that now.
No, we'll just do one.
All right.
Maybe there's no intro today.
Class dismissed, but you might hear more from us, but we'll see.
Okay, Ron, time for an outro.
There's a kid in the cafe across the street just punching his mum in the hip.
Oh, no.
She's just packing up their things.
That really reminds me of a great Andy Askins bit about on a train, and he sees a woman slap her kid who is misbehaving, and he goes up to her and he goes, "Now, I don't know a lot, but I know what's wrong and I know what's right, and what you're doing is wrong. See, you're not transferring your weight." And then Mime's doing a better slap, and it is one of the most beautiful bits of stand-up. It's very funny. We do not endorse hitting your children on this podcast. It's a terrible thing to do. If you hit your children, they will grow up to do podcasts to get people to like them. Should we just go, Ron? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, I haven't prepared a register.
Oh, thank you to Spooky Sue, who's the spookiest spooky patron. Thank you to
Suki
Adam.
Spoo.
Oh, I was going to do a Frankenstein's monster bit.
Oh, go on. Sorry.
Thank you to Adam.
I didn't realise after obviously the towering literary reference that Spooky Sue is. I should have seen that a Frankenstein reference was coming next.
Come on, Ron, you know how I work. It's a little bit of this, it's a little bit of that. I'm not going to do all literary references, and I'm not going to do all Spooky Sues. Let's just let people go and get on with their day.
Right, we love you.
We love you. See you next week
Halloween
for another Halloween episode.
Halloween dismissed.
But it's not, though, Ron, because it's going to be on next week.
Oh, then...
Stop patting your microphone as well.
I haven't touched it.
You are patting it. I can hear it moving. God, you're the worst podcaster in the world. You're worse than all the right-wing men that say horrible things.
Oh, the ones that we lose these competitions to.
Goodbye, everyone.
I want to teach you science.